And the old world food and wine evolved together with agrarian traditions that linked the local indigenous ingredients with the local indigenous wines. This created a plethora of styles and expressive cuisine-centric wines. Unfortunately, New World wines grew up backwards. Instead of evolving with the regional culinary styles, they evolved in the spirit of competition. This competitive environment created bigger and more powerful wines that were disconnected from the local cuisine. Bigger was glorified with terms like massive, unctuous, and powerful. But wine is not an athletic event. I've always felt that wine is for the table, its purpose to enhance the dining experience. A well-crafted wine does not scream at you. Instead, it should be elegant, balanced, with just a touch of mouth-watering acidity so it can play off the fats and proteins in the food. Technique is driving a lot of these wine styles. It comes down to picking super ripe grapes, sometimes bleeding off the juice to make them much more concentrated, buying a lot of new oak, creating methods to concentrate the character, almost creating a distortion. These styles do well in a blind tasting, but as soon as you put them on the table, they fail. Food and wine need to go together. When I met Maria, her star was on the rise as a Bay Area chef. She had just been recognized as one of Food and Wine magazine's top 10 chefs. And she had a very similar philosophy about her food as we did about our wine. She believed in the quality and purity of her ingredients, and her cooking style was straightforward and elegant. She despised architectural cuisine, and she believed that nothing should be on the plate that didn't belong there. Bell peppers for color was just not done in her plate. She selected the best seasonal ingredients and created dishes that showcased the meats and produce. It wasn't really about her ego. And sometimes to stay true to the fresh and seasonal concept, she would change her menu every week. Maria went to culinary school in California, studied pastry in Denmark, and worked in some of the top kitchens in France. She understood the link between culinary traditions and the regional wines. Within 6 months of our first date, we were married, and she likes to joke that I couldn't afford a chef, so I married one. But I think it would have been cheaper to hire one. She keeps us honest and focused on what is important. It's nice to have someone keeping you true to your goal of making elegant, balanced, and understated wines for the table. Since food and wine did not grow up together in the American culture, it's almost like reverse engineering. We have to figure out how to make wines that work with the new American cuisine. And this is cuisine that takes its cues from old world traditions as well as non-wine cultures. Mexican, Japanese, Chinese have all been incorporated into what is the new American cuisine. And we are creating new traditions as we go and discovering how wine fits into these sensibilities. I find it funny how in the past people naturally sat down together and enjoyed the meal and conversed. We've somehow lost that in our fast lives. We have to learn how to sit down at the table and enjoy our family and friends. In our little world, all the kids sit down at the table and each have a glass in front of them. When they were babies, it was a plastic glass filled with juice. They would raise their glasses and toast because it's about participating. It's about being part of the shared family experience. I am inspired by the renaissance of artisanal traditions in this country. I've visited many cheese producers, olive oil producers, organic farmers that are creating unique products for local restaurants and farmers markets. It really is a glorious time to be involved in food and wine. I find it interesting how many of the publications don't really delve into the culinary side of wine. You can't separate the two. I would not be in this business if it weren't for the synergy of food and wine. To me, that makes it all worthwhile.